All right, we're live. Welcome back to Conscious Evolution. Thank you for joining me here today. Today is November 10th, hours away from 11/11, and I'm super excited about it. The full moon energy is on the 12th. I didn't even realize that until I set that up, until like after I set up the 11/11 healing session. So it's the 11/11 portal, the full moon energies, all these energies, activations, portals open, everything's just going crazy. It's wild. And I've had some intense experiences lately. So thank you for joining me here today, tonight. I hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. All right, we're getting some people in here now. Very good, very good, very good. How's everybody doing? Oh, yeah, I like this. Very good. So, first, if you aren't already signed up for the healing session, that's tomorrow night. I believe it's at 6:30. I think it's at 6. Let me check real quick. Let's just check in on that real quick. Yeah, tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't signed up for that, all you have to do is donate to the channel. Links are below. Any kind of donation, whatever. Excuse me, whatever you can do, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. Do that, and that'll sign you up. And if you don't know what to do, then check out my website. Also, go to the website consciousevolution.love and subscribe to that to get notifications and put on the mailing list to get the newsletter I'm creating, the updates and discounts and so on and so forth. If you haven't checked out the Patreon page, go check that out. It's awesome. I like it anyway. I spent a lot of time on it, so I hope you do enjoy it. So go check that out. All the links are below. So I'm in an interesting mood this evening. I really didn't feel like going live here tonight, and then I started thinking about it, and I got really excited because I haven't done it in days. So I just went ahead and set it up, and now I got even more excited. Hello, Ascend to the Fifth. I'm glad you're doing well. We'll be at the healing session. Good to hear. I'm so happy to hear that. And I think it's so important on the date as well. I mean, this 11/11 portal that we're in, and the night before the full moon, like the energy is so intense right now. Like I've been feeling it for a week, and it's just like building up to this climax that's going to happen tomorrow and the next day. It's happening now, and it's just been so powerful for me. It really, really has. So I hope you guys are all doing well, and I think that's all the announcements I had wanted to say. Oh, also learned that tomorrow 11/11 is the 11th day of a 13th cycle that we're currently in too, which I thought that was interesting. It's like 11/11/11. Lots of 11s going on around here. You guys see me all right? Whoa, that's a bit intense. Let's go with that guy. So exciting. It is exciting. I'm excited. Happy for you. I'm like super amped right now. So I had this experience today. I had a couple interesting meditation experiences recently, but today, and the one I had like a day or two ago, I'll probably share with you guys tonight. If that comes to that, I might go ahead and do a guided meditation with everybody. But today, I was, just meditating, minding my own business, and as soon as I like got into this, I didn't even really calm down yet. I was still like just trying to settle into it, and all of a sudden my ears started ringing so loud, super super loud, and naturally I dive into that further. I leaned into it. Excuse me, I just drank a bunch of water. But I was going into it, and then I just started seeing these bright colors. Like there's just like this light was like shining in my face, but there weren't any lights. It was daylight, so I didn't even have any lights on in here. And it just kept getting brighter, and then it was like this tunnel that was just appearing. It was like this big circle that got smaller. I'm like, oh, that's been happening to me a lot lately. So I was like, what happens if I jump into it? So I just dove into it head first, and it just like took off, and it was just a flurry of colors. It was super super intense. And then I don't even know how long I was in this state for, at least a half an hour. But this whole experience, I'm going through these different shades of color as I'm like diving through this tunnel. It was so profound. And it also felt like there was this force that was pushing me back in my chair as I'm like floating forward in the meditation. It was so wild. So wild. It was like I do have a lot of energy tonight. I do. I do. I'm super excited. But it was so wild. Like this force was pushing down on me as I'm meditating and like flowing forward, flying forward in the meditation. It was so interesting. And I don't really know what it was all about, but I told a friend about it afterwards and they were like, that sounds like some kind of activation. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but that was wild. Like that was super intense. Like I was like buzzing off of that for a while. I still am. It's been several hours. That was like around 4. Yeah, because it was almost 4:44 when I came out of the meditation today. It was super, super wild. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing good. Had a good weekend, and I hope you're all signed up for the healing session tomorrow night. I got a good group of people signed up already, but there's always room for more. Always room for more. And so that was my meditation experience today. I had a good day today. I went out and saw a family member that I'm actually probably the only family member that I still like. I love all my family, but as of right now, we are not in communication for a reason, but that's okay. We're all on our own paths, right? So it is what it is. But anyways, I went out to breakfast, lunch with this other family member, and I hadn't seen in like a year. It's like literally a year. So that was exciting. In 10 days, I will have had my YouTube channel for a full year since I created my channel. That's super wild. I was thinking back today about all the like what was leading up to me creating the channel and coming up with the name of the channel and how that happened, which was also interesting. I don't know if you guys care, but I was writing down all these channel names, these like kind of spiritual concept esoteric things that I was tampering with, or not tampering with, but juggling as potential names of the channel. And I have like uh just columns and columns of names that I went through, and none of them, like there were some of them I liked, but none of them really like were doing it for me. Then all of a sudden conscious evolution just like came to me, and I just knew it. I was like, that's the one. So it's almost like I didn't choose it, it was chosen. Libra's rule. Blessing to you and everyone. Hello, Libra's rule. Lightbound. That's exciting to hear. Your transformation throughout the year had been amazing. It's been wild. It hasn't been without its trials and tribulations, but it's been an intense ride. I've also been reflecting on that lately too. It's just been an amazing, amazing experience. Yeah, yeah. So you guys excited about the 11/11 energy? I know some people might even have off of work. I think tomorrow's Veterans Day too. That's right. It is Veterans Day. Interesting. My brother's a veteran, so I'll have to do something for him tomorrow. I'm glad I remembered that. Yes, very excited. Good. Very good. I'm glad to hear it. Excuse me. I just completely lost my whole train of thought. So, anyways, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? Anything in particular? I had this other meditation the other day that just kind of came to me. It was like I was doing my normal meditations and this just happened. Like it just happened in the meditation. It was very, and I think that's the one I might go ahead and share with you guys tonight if you all are up for it. It was so profound how it came to me so vividly. I've never had that happen to where a whole sequence of events that just happen, like visualization events that just was like, boom, happen. Anything open to all conversation, going with the flow. That's how I live my life. That's absolutely how I live my life. I love it. I love just being in that flow state and not having expectations about what anything should be. Because when you have expectations about things, you kind of straitjacket your experience, because if you're expecting your experience to turn out one way and it doesn't turn out that way, then you're disappointed that it didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. So it's like, why do that? And I learned that a long time ago. I learned that when I was like a teenager. Off work, so this is great timing. Awesome. We got some new people in here. Send to the fifth. I don't know if you've been on here before. It vaguely rings a bell, but Libra's rule, I think, is new. Welcome to the channel if you're new to the channel. If not, welcome back. Glad you're here. Love all you guys. I really do. I was so excited to come on here and like just share my experiences. Reality versus spirituality, or intuition versus intellect. Yes, I will get to that. Lightbound. I actually wrote down a whole page of I went into balancing your reality with your spirituality and how I think that they should go back and forth. This is my first stream with you. Awesome. Good. I hope you're enjoying it. So let's go ahead and look at the notes. I thought about that, but I didn't know if I wanted to get into that tonight. So I did something else. I So I didn't do anything with the intellect and intuition. Bravery, how you doing, brother? I'm glad you made it here. Good, man. I'm good. I'm happy with this turnout tonight. A lot of people on and off here. Whoa, hold on. Wait a second. Clicking buttons. Holy shit. All right. Let's go ahead and back this thing up a little bit. So maybe on another live. Yeah, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Anything's possible. I don't know. I looked at the clock. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. When I think about balancing your spirituality with your reality, personally, I think they should be one and the same. And I understand that a lot of people may have difficulty doing that. And, I'm not encouraging everybody to just go out and start speaking what their spiritual practices are to those people that are not awakened. Just by you, like, say, being in the workplace and you being awakened and you holding this higher vibration, this light, that you don't need to, speak about it with people that aren't necessarily awakened. Just by being around you, you're holding that light for everybody, and you can start to see how everything changes in your reality just by you doing the inner work. But depending on where you are with your spirituality, I do think that you should your reality should reflect your spirituality, I guess, is kind of what I'm saying, in a sense, because that's what I've been striving to do. I left some comments. Loved one of your first Solomon Speaks readings. Bought the Kindle version. When you read that one, had my eyes closed and the energies took over. It was wild in a good way. Yeah, that's something else I wanted to mention. If you haven't checked out my new series, the Solomon Speaks Read and Review, check that out, because it's such great information. I just started. There's like 4, maybe 3 episodes published, but I have another one I'll probably release tonight. But I'm gonna read the whole book, and that information is so powerful. Like, definitely follow that if you feel called to. Um, If not, then when you feel called to do it, then do it. That information is so amazing. But yeah, so that I'm trying to get my train of thought back. Give me a second. So once you get to a certain point in your spiritual awakening, I think that you kind of shift to start working to make your personal reality reflect your spirituality, if that makes sense. That's how you want your whole life to be, not just when you do meditation and your spiritual practice. But I understand that there's that finding that balance. But if you're finding balance with things that don't resonate with you, and that you're getting a lot of resistance from, things you're not have, then I would start to work on finding a way to find happiness first and foremost, to get out of situations with toxic people, to get away from people that aren't healthy for you. I mean, that's something I spent a lot of time around people that were extremely unhealthy with me, because I had this idea that I could save them, the idea that they would change and that I would facilitate that change. And you can't change people. You cannot. People will change when they're ready and willing to change. You can't force them to change. So if you're in a situation and you're going through cycles that are constantly repeating and not serving your highest good, and if it's, especially if you like know your purpose and you're finding your purpose or trying to step more into your purpose, like, oh, being around those energies are only going to hold you back. They're only going to keep you stuck in the cycles, and you're just going to keep reliving those same experiences until you make a change. And I understand those changes can be very, very difficult to make, but sometimes you have to do it. You have to shake things up. And the biggest thing is to step out of a place of comfortability, because we get complacent, we get comfortable in the situations that we're in, even though they're like a little mini version of hell that we've created for ourselves, that we have trouble stepping away from it because we're so comfortable in that routine and that schedule and that day-to-day life, and we're familiar with it. But sometimes we gotta get out of that. And that's, a lot of times that's exactly what I mean when I say get comfortable being uncomfortable, because spirit's going to test you. When you awaken to these things and you're going through your spiritual evolution, your expansion in consciousness, and most times the people around you are not going through those experiences, and that's for a reason. If you awaken and the people around you are also awakened and are also going through this spiritual evolution journey, then it's like you've dealt with that karma in a past life. You've dealt with these situations, and you no longer require that experience in this lifetime. But for most of us, when we wake up, our families are not coming with us. Our loved ones are not coming with us because they're not awakening on that same timeline. And that's a difficult thing for most of us. And I feel like so many people, and I've talked to so many people that are in this situation and stay in the situation because a lot of times they don't really have the means to do it. But I think we all have the ability. We may feel like we don't have the resources to do what we want to do, but we are all intelligent beings and powerful beings. And you have the resourcefulness to step into something else, to find a different way to support your passions, because I'm all about doing what you're passionate about. But sometimes that's a That's a tough thing to let go of. You know, it's a tough thing to walk away from that comfortability, that knowing that's going to be good. You know, that knowing everything is going to be okay. And by okay, I mean your routine, your schedule, and your lifestyle as you know it right now is going to be the same. But when you surrender and let go of the expectations, let go of the fears of hurting other people, then you can really start to affect major change in your life. And once you do that, it seems that everything is really stepped up to another level of intensity, that you start moving through these things super fast. At least that's what happened in my experience. You know, I spent a better part of 2 or 3 years in a situation that was my own personal self-constructed hell. And I stayed because I was trying to help the other people. I was trying to fix them. I was trying to fix people. You know, I'm a problem solver kind of person. So I was trying to fix the people in my life to bring them up to a healthy level of a relationship, you know. I didn't need it to be like good or great. I just needed it to not be so toxic for me to be able to be around there. So I had to really it took me over 2 years to get the courage and set a plan to walk away. So I understand this isn't easy. And I was dying a little bit each day. I fully resented going home after work. I fully was not around like on the weekends. I couldn't stand being around these people at all. Like, and after I got away and went back, this was another lesson that I had to experience. I felt that constrictive energy and how painful it was to me. It has a physical effect on my body. I I like I stepped into that energy of chaos and just fucking hate. Like they just you know what I mean? Like that pure evil. And I'd step into that and get attacked, and it would just be like my body would start to shake. Like like I wasn't scared. It was like it was an energy thing. And I was like, my body would just start shaking, and I like would have to check out for a second mentally and be like, whoa, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Like I had to sit down and compose myself and take control of my body. Like this, you know, I am in control of this. This is my vessel. This is what I wanted to do, not whatever this is. Like stop that, cut that shit out. So, but in that experience, I realized how constrictive that energy is and how that had a physical effect on my body, on my conscious, on my energy, on everything. Like that is pure energy vampirism. That the right word? Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. But that's just not healthy. It's so not healthy. You got people criticizing you. You know they don't understand you. They tease you or you know, talk about you behind your back, which you can never really stop. But you can set boundaries with people, and you can try to have an existence that's okay. But who wants to just exist in an okay world? Who doesn't want to be happy? Who doesn't want to thrive and do what makes them happy? I couldn't accept that any longer, and I finally walked away for good. Like there's no going back for me. After I went back and I experienced that, and I know that is not anything that I am going to willingly walk into of my own free will again. It's not going to happen. Let's catch up with the comments here. Oh, hello, Val, Kimberly, Becky. How's everybody doing? Man, I missed out on a bunch of comments. Hold on. Oh, wow. All right, let's back it up, back it up, back it up. Bravery, Lieber's rule, send to the fifth. I left some comments. Yeah, I read that one. That's right. I'm glad you are reading Solomon Speaks. That's awesome. That's so powerful. You read along with my videos and see what you think about my report. That's what I like the most about it. When I finished reading it, is talking about what stood out to me in those chapters. I really like forget what I say after I say it because it's just like I get into that flow of consciousness that I don't even remember what I say until like I go back and watch it when I'm editing it. I agree both should reflect each other. Libra is a rule. Many people whom have not done shadow work are closed off in limited beliefs. Once they are open to change, open to receiving. Receiving. Oh, yeah, I get it. The perception comes to light in new ways all the time. It's always being revealed in a new light, so to speak. Val says, yes, I know what you mean, Alan. You cannot change people. They need to change themselves. They must face their own shadows. In the book, in one of the videos I just did, when Solomon Speaks, it talks about people and removing their blinders. And it's like you want to reach up and rip their blinders off, but you can't. They have to reach up and take the blinders off themselves. And a lot of times when they do, it's like only few have the eyes to see. And when you see, often what you see is too intense. It's too much for you to handle, to take in, and you just close your eyes again. That's why that one video is, do you dare open your eyes? It's interesting. Today I was learning, I did a lot of studying about programming, subconscious programming, and how human beings learn. And one of the there's like hold on, I'll get it. There's four stages of learning that everybody goes through, whether you're conscious of it or not. Every single human has these four stages of learning. So you have an unconscious incompetence, which is your stage one, which is you don't know what you don't know, right? So we don't know that we don't know something. Then the second stage is you're consciously incompetent, which means now you know that you don't know something. And then the third is conscious competence. And that's okay, you know you don't know something, and now you're taking that action, you're adopting that new belief, and you're going to move forward in the learning process to learn whatever that belief is. But between that consciously incompetent and that conscious competence, there's a major decision point right there. This is what's going to make or break you on this spiritual awakening. This is why it intrigued me, because I related it directly to that, to people waking up and having these experiences. That right in between there, you come to this decision point that you can adopt a new belief, you can surrender and realize you don't know something, and that you are willing to take the actions necessary to learn those things. Or what you do is delete that new experience and go back to your old ways, even like when you're proven wrong. Even like you consciously go back to your old paradigm. You consciously go back to being ignorant, because you can't handle what you just learned. You can't handle that that's outside of your paradigm. And that's what I talked so much in the beginning about boxes, and having, constraining people to boxes, and like, labels. Like, people identify with these constructs so much, with these paradigms so much, that anything outside of that paradigm is challenging their belief. And that's when people are going to instinctively resist anything you say. If you challenge how they see themselves, if you challenge how their image of themselves are, how they think other people see them, or you challenge how anything that they know to be true, So it's like you're unconscious incompetent, so you don't know what you don't know. So if you know something to be true and then it's proven wrong, it just shatters your mind. It shatters your box. And most people don't have mental fortitude to push forward through that. The ego goes into defense mode and it's like, no, 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 that's not real. We'll delete that experience that we just had. That never happened. We're gonna go back into our little box now. And this is how we're gonna live our life. And we're gonna stay right here in this nice little packaged little, I know what's gonna happen. This is what's true, this is what's not true, and that can never change. And I'm not open to new experiences, I'm not open to new things. I don't want to learn your fancy fandangle, what you call it. Like I've seen so much of that. And it really blows my mind that I don't understand how anyone at any point in their lives can get to a point the way they will not accept new information, especially with things that are like scientifically proven. That is just and when I saw this today, it all clicked, it all made sense that is exactly what happens when they get to that decision point. Their mind, conscious or unconscious, is deleting that. It doesn't exist. And they go back into their unconscious confidence and they don't know what they don't know. So that's how every human being is wired. So when you reach that point, you either make the decision to, yeah, you don't know it, and you become willing to learn it, and you see it, and it's a major hurdle, and you see that there's so much that you need to learn. But with me, it's like not knowing it is unacceptable to me. You know what I mean? If there's something that I see that sparks my interest or challenges my beliefs, it's like, well, I never heard of that. So now that I know, I have to know everything about it. So I dive into it. And that's what I've been doing with everything I've learned and seen over the last year. Kimberly says, blessings all, Val. Keep people around you that keep up your high vibe frequency. Indeed. Surrendering and death of ego. Yes. Yeah, I think we constantly go through little mini ego deaths, chipping away at it one thing at a time. And also with the ego, the ego is kind of built in for our survival, our physical survival. And it's had to evolve now that we are more, I don't want to say advanced, but I guess you could say advanced. They're more, what's the word? It's more of like a civilization and structures and cities and social status. It has to evolve into the social protection too. It's keeping us social survival. Thank God. So it adds a new paradigm to it. I love you all too. Exactly. Love to all. Yes. Finish strong. Oh, wow. Lots of stuff going on here. All right. Let's back it up just a little. Agree. I have a 2-year timeline to leave current work to get out of the toxic environment. Are you setting that timeline for yourself now? That's interesting. Well, at least you're working towards it. Yeah, Bravery experienced the same thing, like with shaking and that energy. Man, I was a sucker for potential in people. Yeah, I always see the best in people too. You know what I mean? Like I always see the best. I always see that they're so close to seeing it, to making that change. But I never realized that when you see it, you got to make that decision. And most people don't commit and keep going, in my experience anyway. But now the people I meet, more people go through that, um, are going through those experiences, are waking up and are pushing forward to move, um, to learn. Oh, sorry, I got a bunch of messages all of a sudden. Um, so yeah, vibe is your tribe. Vibe tribe. It can be confusing when I talk. Thank you for trying to decipher my comment. Yeah, it's all good. Soulfully divine, how you doing, girlfriend? Plus environmental BS like classical conditioning, psychological or psychology and psych and philosophy are awesome. Yes, they are. Incorporating it into our everyday journey is the real test. Yes, that's where the rubber meets the road. Is creating the lifestyle you want with the beliefs you have developed and are developing, and your beliefs are forever changing, right? Because we are not our beliefs, we are not our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So we just keep evolving constantly as new information is introduced into our realities. We go through this decision making process, this learning stages, and decide if we accept that new information and then learn about it, or if we discredit it, deny it, and delete it out of our experience and go back to our old paradigms, which I just won't do anymore. Now, I still hear things that are like a fucking punch to the ego, you know what I mean? And it's like, I really don't like that, but nobody does. But I just kind of grit and bear it and sit with it for a minute. And I'm like, is that is that really what I'm doing? 'Cause sometimes you don't even recognize what you're doing until someone else points it out. And it fucking hurts. It doesn't feel good, you know, but that's okay. And the goal is to not react to that information when someone jabs your ego or takes a stab at you, to not react, to respond from a calm energy. Because if you're reacting, you're tapping into that reptilian brain, and you're just reacting. That's what it's built for. It's those primal urges. That's your reptilian brain. It just, yeah, it just wants to react, and you all know what I'm talking about. Buffering light. Is the video buffering interference? I have not. I got a good connection. Closed-minded surroundings, being the conscious rebel, seeing things totally different and choosing a different path. Yes, yes. Where am I at? I lost my place. Hold on. Ignorance is not bliss. No, it's not. Ignorance is the cell we keep our mind in. Ooh, I like that. I really like that. Ignorance is the jail cell we keep our mind in. I feel ya. Energy vampirism. I go through this every day. When I leave, will never go back either. It's truly liberating. It's freedom. It is. You might deal with a lot of shit, but just think about what it is in comparison to living in an energy every day. Like, I deal with a lot of attacks, and I am doing a good job about keeping it off the channel because it's really low vibration stuff. And I think I said it before. I've really contemplated doing a lot of videos about it, and even just airing it all out, because you're leaving a public comment on my video. So why not, right? But I just don't see how that's really benefiting people, other than shedding light on the attacks that people are doing and how I respond and not react to them. But I mean, you don't see that in real time. So as far as you know, I could be making all that shit up. Consciousness expansion is amazing. Yes, it is. Soulfully divine, not just because, whoa, wait a second. Not just because, but daring to allow the universe to take us to several higher levels. If it doesn't challenge us, then it can't change us. Indeed. I've been ignorant plenty, so I knew. Yes. Calm energy is hard, but you can get there. Yeah. I love my energy. I love where I'm at, really. Like, I am really calm 90% of the time. Those are the people with good intentions. Oh, and good intentions is the fucking golden road to hell. I don't believe in hell, but good intentions with people in their good intentions. Don't even get me started with that. That we need in our circle. Oh, those are the people with good intentions that we need in our circle. Keep it real, challenges each other to reflect, release, and essentially grow. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I took that as a way, like, I'm thinking of the old people in my life and their good intentions. It depends where you're coming at from your level of consciousness and what you mean by good intentions. That could be very, very different across the spectrum. So, in the way you used it, soulfully divine, I agree. Road to hell was paved with good intentions. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I don't know what I said, but that was something along those lines. Yeah, and ultimately, good intentions are one thing, but it's like, you have the good intention and you have a good action to follow it. It's, you know, your actions speak much louder than words, always. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, so that was fun. That was a fun little riff. Wow, I've been talking for 40 minutes. That's amazing. That's amazing. So I touched a little bit on balancing your spirituality and your reality. I have a whole lot of things about that. So maybe I'll actually do a proper show on that. But tonight's just kind of more of a live stream of consciousness because it's kind of what I do. It's kind of my thing, you know? Yeah, shit flying all over the place here. So, this is fun. This is a lot of fun. So, what time is it? It's 8:40. You guys want to do the meditation that came to me the other day? I haven't spoken it out loud yet, so it might be a little bit different. It might be interesting. It might fuck it all up, but I'm willing to give it a shot if you guys want to do it. Let me know in the comments. I'll wait. I'm downloading a message. Oh. So I told my friend about this experience I had earlier with the meditation. If you were on here in the beginning, I talked about my meditation experience today. Um, and she pulled a card. I don't know if you can see that. No, not really. There it is. She said it might have something to do with my meditation today. It's a past life activation. And she also told me that oh my god, look at the colors too. Wow. Like that is so interesting with all the orbs. Oh yeah, I had we had our first mastermind meeting yesterday. It went really well. Thank you, Travis and Danielle, the people that are part of the group already. There's still 3 slots available for that. I might bring it down to 2. I'm not sure yet, because it was kind of difficult for everybody to talk with 3 of us. So 6 might be too many. I will figure it out though. Yes, I have to get funds in place and never look back. You know, I thought that too. Ascend to the fifth. And ultimately, when it came time, I didn't have anything in place. I just left, and luckily, I had a place to stay at my brother's. And you wouldn't believe the amount of activations I experienced, the weird things I experienced after that. Like everything from just going through like that whole dark night of the soul. You know, it's like you really go through it. You go through the ringer, and it's just so much. It was so much, and I was cussing my guides and in spirit. I'm yelling and cussing at them, and every time I did, it was so interesting to me that I had a YouTube video playing, and at the time, at the specific time, I was listening to Lori Ladd. I'll never forget it, but I can't remember what like stood out to me. Like it was just like background noises. I was falling asleep, and I'm like saying, like, why is this happening to me? What is the freaking purpose of this? I don't understand. Why do I have to go through this? What is the purpose? Like, why? This is stupid. And all of a sudden, as like the second I shut up and stopped screaming, it like tuned in to her voice and what she was speaking in the video, but it was just for a few words. And that was like the answer to my question. It was crazy. It was the weirdest thing. And I don't think I've yelled at my guide since then. Oh, in that time it was a few times, but I also had a couple interesting experiences, like waking up in the middle of the night, like literally vibrating, like my hands, like literally vibrating, like a cell phone ringing, like vibrating. My whole body, chest, and from that to astral traveling, like introduction to elemental realms, like a lot of shit happened in a few months. Like it condense a whole year into like 2 months, and that's like what I experienced in the first 2 months. I got out of that energy. When I got away from it and was in a calm place, even though I was still working, 40, 50-hour weeks and driving 2 hours commute every day. It was the time I had was so important for me and my development. And ultimately, if you've been in the channel for some time, you know what I've done all this year and all the things that I've accomplished and the traveling I did without a job, without the amount of money I would have liked to have had. I haven't had income coming in since April. Well, before that, since March. And I've made it through this entire year, you know. It's been wild. When you really do trust in spirit, when you really, really trust that anything is possible and that God, the universe, spirit, your guides, whatever works for you, when you surrender and trust in that power that everything is going to work out for you and you take that leap, no matter if you feel you're ready. If you feel you're ready, there will never be a good time to do it. Just got to leap. You got to get yourself to an internal state of readiness. Forget the external factors. Forget the excuses and the reasons. The reasons that you have that you aren't leaving are ultimately excuses that might hurt your ego a little bit. I'm sorry, not really, but it's okay because these are things I wish someone would have told me in that experience, and someone did. And when they did, it opened it up to another level of of self-examination. Like, well, I'm just holding on to this. Like, and really it exposed the fear of getting out of that comfortable situation. It's exposed the fear of leaving that, to being uncomfortable, to stepping into the unknown was the biggest fear. We fear what we don't know. We fear that we don't have a plan. We fear that things aren't going to work out. But when you trust and surrender and take that leap, it will. Bravery says, let go. I saw my first light being during the experiences, one of many experiences. Yes. Yes. I've had I was sharing that with the mastermind group yesterday. All the not all of them, but some of the pictures of orbs that people have sent me. And ultimately that was the catalyst to introduce me to the elemental realms. And what a fascinating world that is. And like unicorns. I haven't seen any unicorns, but dragons and dinosaurs, like fairies and tree beings, and wow, that shit is real. I don't care what you say. You cannot convince me otherwise after what I've seen. All right, so let's give this meditation a shot. Why not? I'm feeling it. Nobody responded, or if they did, it went by. Meditation sounds refreshing. There we go. Somebody said something. Yes. All right. All right. All right. All right. You talked me into it. It's getting warm in here. I don't think I have a heater on. Maybe I do. Give me a second here. I'm gonna change my shirt. Freaking warm. Wow, man, sweating all of a sudden. Got so excited. That's all. All right. Where's my thing? Whoa. Let's set the mood. All right, all right, all right. You're awesome, Alan. Thank you, Bravery. Love you, brother. Yes, let's do the meditation. All right, all right. Yes, we do have the power, Kimberly. Yes, yes, yes. Whew, I started getting all tingly and stuff. Look at my little tea light. Excuse me. All right. So everybody just kind of settle into wherever you're going to be. Masculine energy coming through. Indeed. All right. So again, this literally just came to me like 2 days ago as a visual in my meditation, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it a go. Hold on. Oh, I can't add. Shit. Okay. So everybody comfy cozy. All right, so take a deep breath. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Take another deep breath in, deep breath out. One more deep breath in and a deep breath out. Now imagine a energetic cord connecting your root chakra to the center of the planet, to the core of the planet. Attach to that cord, wrap it around the cord, connect it, whatever first comes to mind. Good. Now the way this visualization just came to me was like a beam of light coming from source. Came straight down from source, straight into the top of my head. So open up your crown chakra and allow that light beam to penetrate into the crown chakra and down through your entire body, connecting to the root chakra. Just one straight beam coming down, connecting, aligning your chakras and energy centers. Now, a bright little orange ball appears right above your head. Very bright, shining bright like the sun. Beautiful glowing orange orb of light. And that orb is going to go through our energy centers, and it's going to stop at every chakra. And when it gets into that chakra, we're going to start with the crown. So open up the crown and bring that ball of energy glowing with the intensity of the sun into your chakra, your crown chakra now. And just let it sit there and spin it. I see it as spinning clockwise, but if it's counterclockwise for you, go with your intuition. Let it spin and clear that chakra, clear and cleanse. It's going to brighten it up, become more vibrant. Just allow that energy to work. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And we're going to allow this orange energy to go to our third eye center and do the same thing. It's going to spin really fast. And it's going to transmute all the blockages. It's going to clear all the things that are no longer serving us in these energy centers. Any blocks we may have. Imagine it as the sun spinning in your energy center, burning away all the impurities. And let's go down to the throat chakra. And let it spin and clear and cleanse, glowing with the intensity of the sun, burning away all the things no longer serving us, transmuting all these things, removing any blocks that may be holding us back from speaking our truth. And just bring it down into the heart center. And do the same thing. Spin that miniature sun glowing with all its intensity. Spin it around in your heart. Clear and cleanse and purge things no longer serving us. Allow it to open our hearts up to new experiences, to new loves, to loving ourselves even more. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And let's move down to the solar plexus chakra. And the same thing. Let it spin and clear and cleanse and purge all the impurities, all the things that are no longer serving us. Just transmute everything. All right, let's take it down into the sacral. Same thing. Let it spin with its intense brightness, clearing and cleansing and purging all the things no longer serving us. All right, let's take it down into the root chakra. And the same thing, spinning fast with its bright intensity, clearing and cleansing and purging all the things no longer serving us. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All the while it's been going through all our energy centers. It's been clearing and purging and collecting all these things that are no longer serving us. It's been transmuting and burning and collecting, and we're gonna take all of that and stuff it down that cord into the core of the planet. Just take it down that cord from the root to the core of the planet. Give it back to the universe. Because none of those energies are your own. None of them. We choose to take on the energies that we're embodying. It's a conscious or unconscious decision. And these energies are really not our own. These are energies we've picked up from other people, most times anyway. And, and really, how I see this is severing the cords to those things, to getting back into your own energy. Because the things that aren't serving you are not in alignment with your higher self. That's why I say I don't feel like they're our energies. I feel like those are energies and beliefs and that we've picked up from other people, whether it be our parents, social constructs, or what have you, whatever it is, friends and family. It's generally where we've gotten all these beliefs and thoughts and ideas that aren't serving us. So just let that shit go. Give it back to the universe. All right, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And that was a meditation that just came to me the other day. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're still in meditation, feel free to stay there as long as you need. Glad you liked the bravery. I couldn't believe that just was given to me. I thought it was so cool. Kind of similar to what I usually do, but it was different. I guess I needed that. And I guess I needed to share it. I think it went pretty well. Lisa said, oh, listening while I'm driving around, but wanted to say hi while I'm in between errands. Well, hello, Lisa. I'm glad you joined us. Libras rule, very nice. Staying in it. Thanks. Good night. Good night, Kimberly. Much love. Soulfully divine. Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. Lightbound. That was great. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. Very clear visually with my eyes closed. Good. Good. That's perfect. I love it. That was, I never had anything happen to me like that to where that visualization just came in. It was an interesting experience. It was very interesting, especially with that beam from source, just like just coming straight in aligning and then adding that. Like, and that's how I saw it, was like a little miniaturized sun that came in. I was like just intuitively knew it was to go through that tube of energy basically that just came through my head into the ground and like connected everything. It was beautiful. At first, James Brown was invading, but I had to, had to cleanse to concentrate on your words. Why James Brown? Laugh aloud, have no clue. Yeah, the beam was awesome. Good, 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 good. I'm glad you guys liked that. Everybody stayed to the end of the meditation too. Everyone that was here when we started, anyway. That's awesome. That means we had 13 people, 14 people with me doing that meditation all around the country, maybe the world. I don't know where everybody's from, but I think most people are at least in this country here tonight. And that was just amazing. It's also grid work that we were doing with the crystalline grid structure. So we just created that grid and we're putting our footprint of this energy onto the world. I know Bravery's in Seattle, so we just linked from the east to west coast, just like that. And that's a powerful way to do grid work, I mean, that's really, it's helping all of us. It's helping Gaia. It's helping everything when we're leaving those footprints of consciousness, of energy that other people can step into. It's a really powerful way to help expand the consciousness of this planet. It was like taking a walk together in our source land. Yeah. Oh, I just blew the candle out. Oh well, we didn't need that candle. I'm gonna sit in the dark, feel dark and mysterious. Such. Wow, it's been over an hour. It's crazy. It doesn't feel like it. Yes, universal energy. Yeah, indeed. Kitty cat. Yes, it is. I enjoyed Florida. Awesome. Awesome. Very good. So Florida. I'm in Maryland. Bravery's in Seattle, so that's a good grid. Soulfully Divine coming from the South. MS. Well, Mississippi. Is that right? I think so. All right. That's a good grid. South Carolina. All right, all right. I'm going up and down the East Coast. Got half the East Coast. Got the South. Yeah, good. I got it right. I met someone else from down that way in my travels this summer from the channel. Your name, Tina. Tina, I don't know how to say her last name. Tina Creations, I think, is her YouTube thing. She was on the last live stream. Yeah, we definitely covered some miles. That's so awesome. You know, it was one of the coolest things I think in my experience this year, being going to California and then driving back across the country, was that all the meditations that I was able to do. And I always, at at the very least, do a grounding meditation in every spot that I was, everywhere in Sedona that I was. I did grounding meditations. I did from the California in Lake Arrowhead on that mountain. I did meditations there, a lot of meditation there and around the lake. And went to Phoenix. I did meditation there. I went to Sedona. I did meditations there. And from Sedona, I drove to Indianapolis, or no, Indiana. Once I got Indianapolis, same thing. Um, thank you so much for the meditation. You're welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And then I drove from Arizona to Indiana and all the stops in between, because that was like a 30-hour drive or something like that. That all the places I stopped, like where I started my day and where I ended my day. And sometimes in the middle of that day of driving, I'd do the meditation. So it's like creating a grid and all these grid points across the country in my travels. And then, you know, from there to Cincinnati, from Cincinnati to North Carolina to Florida, back to North Carolina, all these places. I was in all up and down the East Coast too. I mean, up until Maryland. I didn't go past that. It's a great experience. Yeah, it was a great experience. Absolutely. Absolutely a great experience. I'm gonna try and set that up to be an annual thing, because I must go to Mount Shasta. I have to. Like, and I will and must also go back to Sedona. And I really want to get a couple people together to go to Sedona with me. Maybe I can make it a thing, but I don't know how to work out the travel situation with everybody. Maybe we could rent a bus. Ooh, that would be awesome. I'm ready to travel more. Yeah, man, if we could take like 2 weeks to travel, like I would, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna start looking into that. And every next summer. I was thinking next spring to just go on a road trip and start driving, probably with my brother, just to go out there and experience those things, because that would, I mean, how awesome would that be? Really, it would just be badass. I mean, it's a 40-hour drive from coast to coast. Head west. Yeah, man. So Mount Shasta isn't isn't far from Seattle, I don't think. But when I'm up there, I also want to see the redwood forest. I really, really want to see that. So that's Northern California. So I'll definitely be heading to Seattle. I'll let you know you can meet me in Mount Shasta. That would be cool. RVing life on the road. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, man. I bought an RV and everything. It was an old RV. It wasn't practical at all. It didn't work out at all, but that was my intention originally. Excuse me. Let's go to MT Rainer. I don't know what that is. Granted blankets under the stars. Pop-up tent from weather elements. Yeah, I'm not against tent life at all. And that's what I did in North Carolina, and I don't mind that at all. You can get a nice sleeping bag and especially like a blow up mattress or something. That's perfect. I was quite comfortable living outside. I didn't like all the spiders, but it was that time of year. It was August, September. September, yeah. So I want to RV in the future. Yeah, you know what I really want is like a little camper with a pickup truck. That would be my ideal thing. It's just more economical, really. Four Corners Monument seems epic. Yeah, I really wanted to go there, but I didn't have the funds to really make that happen. It's 11:11 on the clock and 11 people in the chat or in the live. Yes, it is time. It's 9:11. Also, wow, wow, that is amazing. Yeah, there was actually another YouTuber I was following at the time that was at Four Corners when I was leaving Sedona, so I really wanted to go there. If I would have been able to contact them, I probably would have, but I didn't see the point in doing it at the time. 611 there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. 611, 11. Still got the 11. So lots of 11 energy. It's 11:11. It'll be 11:11 in 3 hours. It'll be 12:12 here on the East Coast. That's interesting. It'll be 12:12 on 11:11. I love the numbers, man. It's 222 on the thing. Wow. You can't make this shit up. You can't. You really can't. All right, guys. Well, I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me here tonight. I can't wait to actually watch this myself. I was going on some rants tonight. I had all kinds of energy to get out and share with you guys. And then the meditation, that was really cool. I like doing that. I think I'm really gonna start creating more meditation videos, and I'm gonna release those on my Patreon page. And I'm also gonna start doing more exclusive live streams with the Patreon. So please check out the Patreon site. You sign up for the one. There's two, like for one's for $1, one's for $4, and that's just for exclusive content, basically. Or consider doing the healings. I mean, great, great deals. I don't know how long I can keep it that way because it's like super, super cheap for the amount of time I am actually dedicating to it. But I'm doing it for you guys. So if you want to take advantage of it, that's there. Please do more lives. I will do more lives. Blessings, always much love and gratitude. I'm glad you liked it, Libra's rule. I will do more lives. I was doing them almost every day for a while, and I really enjoy it. I really do. All right, see, look, you got me talking again. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Be the change that you want to see in this world, as it all starts with you. Love, wrapped hugs to everyone. Indeed. Hugs. Hugs and smooches. All right, guys. I love you. For real. For realsies. Okay. Have a good night. Again, be the change you want to see. I'm not even going to talk about it. All right. Love you. Bye.